All right, 4.4 homework. So the first two, you have to write an equation that describes the story, then answer the question asked by the story. Okay, so I'm only going to do one. I'm going to make you do the other one. So let's see. I'll do number one. You guys have to do number two by yourself. Here we go. So it says Virginia's painting service charges $10 per job. So I'm going to write down my important information, $10 per job. And 20 cents per square foot. 20 cents per square foot. Okay. If Virginia earned $50 for painting one job, how many square feet did she paint? Okay, so she did one job and she earned $50. Earned $50. And it's asking how many square feet. Ugh. Okay. Ooh, that got sloppy near the end. Okay. Oh, you guys. Okay. You know me, I like to go one step at a time. So your equation is y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept, aka the initial value. Okay. So she charges $10 per job and then 20 cents per square foot that she paints. So it's going to be y equals my slope, 0.20 times x times however many square feet. And then my initial value is 10. $10 per job no matter what. So $10, and then this is my slope is 20 cents. All right, so that's the equation. But then she's saying she earned $50 for one job. So how many square feet? So I'm going to substitute 50 in for y. So 50 equals 0.20 x plus 10. All right. And now you want to know how many square feet. So you're solving for x. Because she charges 20 cents per square foot. So you're solving for x. Let's switch over to. So I want to get this by itself, so I'm going to subtract 10. I'm going to subtract 10. Yeah. So then 50 minus 10 is 40. We didn't do anything, so just rewrite 0.20x. Then you have 10 minus 10 is 0. All right. Last step is you're going to, hold on, divide, but you always divide by whatever is in front of the x. So you're going to do 40 divided by 0.2, well, 0.20, divide by 0.20. Okay. Here. So 40 divided by 0.2, 200 equal, that's 200, and then 0.20 divided by 0.20 is just 1, which is x. So x equals 200. So 200, oh, we should put units on it. So it should be x equals 200 square feet. 200, oh, that's a 2. I'll make it a little bit better. 200 square feet. She painted 200 square feet. 200 square feet. So that would be your answer. Okay. Okay, I think I'm just going to go through 3 through 7. I'm going to do all of them. So if you don't need my help on all of them, then obviously you can stop watching me whenever. So, number 3, the new notation 12. That's the less than sign. 12 less than x means the same thing as x less than 12. It works just like 12 equals x and x equals 12. Okay, this is true, right? 12, you could write this either way. X is equal, or 12 equals x is the same thing as x equals 12. That's fine. These work. That's the same thing. But is this the same thing? So 12 less than x, is that the same thing as x less than 12? 12 less than x, are these the same? No. This one, move it down here, 12 less than x means, well, means x is greater than 12, whereas on the other hand, what is it? Oh, x, no. Yes. This one means x is less than 12. Right, so these do not mean the same thing. They're actually opposites. This one, x is greater. This one, 12 is greater. They do not mean the same thing. So it would be false, and then explain your reasoning, so something like this. Okay, number 4, it says the inequality, -2 times quantity x plus 10 is greater than or equal to 75, is the same as -2x minus 20 is greater than or equal to 75. I can multiply by -2 on the left side without reversing the inequality symbol. So it's saying I can distribute the 2 without changing anything. Is that true or false? Yeah. You're not multiplying both sides by -2. You're just distributing this 2. So if I solve these for x, I'll get the exact same thing. -2 x plus 10 is greater than or equal to 75. Okay, well, I can just distribute my -2, and then I have -2x minus 20. That's totally legal. Now they're exactly the same thing. So yeah, it is the same. How? Well, okay, no, we'll leave it there. So that one is true. True. If you just distribute then you're not multiplying both sides by a negative number. You're just distributing. That's totally illegal. That's fine. That one is true. Geez, this is a lot of writing. Okay, this is number 5. When solving the inequality, 10x plus 22 is less than 2. The second step should say 10x is greater than -20 because I added -22 to both sides and I got a negative number on the right. Okay. Is this true or false? So they're saying they had 10x plus 22 is less than 2. Okay, so they're solving for x. So they subtracted 22, or they added -22 to both sides. Okay, so then just rewrite your 10x. 22 minus 22 is 0. And then less than 2 minus 22 is -20. Okay, they're saying that I should flip my sign. And it should look like that. Well, let's see, what did I do? I subtracted the same amount from both sides. Do I have to flip my sign when I subtract the same number from both sides? Do I have to flip my sign when I subtract the same number from both sides? No. No. Only when you multiply or divide by a negative number. Only when you multiply or divide by a negative number. So no, you do not flip the sign. And then if you were to finish solving for x, just because we're doing it, you divide by 10. X is less than, those cancel out. Negative 20 divided by 10 is negative 2. So that would be your answer, but you don't need to finish solving it. You just need to say false. False, and then explain why in your own words. So I would probably say false, only dividing slash, do you still see me? Yeah. Slash multiplying only multiplying or dividing by a negative only multiplying or dividing by a negative number flips the sign. Oh, reverses the inequality. Actually, I wouldn't say it like that. That's how your book says it. I would say false, only dividing, multiplying by a negative number flips the sign. If you're subtracting the same amount on both sides, that's fine. You do not flip the sign for that. Remember, let me see, I'm going to erase some of this. Yeah. If I had, I don't know, those less than, so if I had if I had 10 is less than 30, that's a true statement, 10 is less than 30, and I subtract the same amount on both sides, I'm going to subtract, we'll make it go negative, I'll subtract 35 from both sides. Okay, 10 minus 35 is negative 25. 30 minus 35, positive 30 minus 35, that's negative 5, is negative 25 less than negative 5? Yes. Yes, it is. So it's still true. It does not flip your sign. Okay, here's number 6. It says when solving the inequality, negative 5x is greater than or equal to 45. Greater than or equal to 45. The answer is x is less than or equal to negative 9 because I divided both sides by a negative number. Okay, so you start out with negative 5x greater than or equal to 45. Okay, so then how would you solve for x? I would divide both sides by negative 5. So negative 5 divided by negative 5 is just 1, which is x. 45 divided by negative 5 is negative 9. But I am dividing by a negative number. So I have to flip my sign. So that is correct. So that would be true. And then explain your own words. True, because when you divide by a negative number, you flip the sign. Or true, because when you divide by a negative number, you reverse the inequality. Or true, because however you want to say it. Okay, that was number 6. Uno más. On retrospect, you guys probably can do this one by yourself. I mean, you can do all of them by yourself, but I probably didn't need to do this. That's okay. So number 7. The words that describe the inequality are x is greater than or equal to 100. Is that what this means? Is this saying that x is greater than or equal to 100? Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's true. True. I don't really know how to describe this in my own words. I guess I would just say greater than or equal to this sign means greater than or equal to. So true, that means greater than or equal to, right? This is greater than or equal to, this is less than or equal, and then of course this is less than, greater than, less, greater. Oh. Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, less, great. Yeah. Okay. The next set only has 4 questions. I'll do number 9. 4x plus 25 for x plus 25 is greater than 13, I think. Yes. Okay. So it says, solve for x, show your work. Indicate if the given value of x is an element of the solution set. And they give you, what is it? Oh. X equals -5. -5? Question mark. And then you circle yes or no. Okay. So you could either you can plug this in and see if your inequality is true, or you can just solve for x. I guess I'll do both things. So I'm gonna solve for x, and then I'll do it the other way. So 4x. Oh wait, sorry. Actually, yeah, I'll write it. 4x plus 25 is greater than 13. Okay. So I'm going to solve for x. Solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 25. And then bring down your 4x. 25 minus 25 is 0. 13 minus 25. -12. And then my last step, I would divide both sides by 4. 4. So I would get x is greater than -12 divided by 4 is -3. Okay, so I solve for x. So x is greater than -3. So to figure out if my answer is yes or no, x is greater than -3. Now I'm going to substitute this in. Is -5 greater than -3? Is -5, I'm just substituting this in for x now. Is -5 greater than -3? No. Right, if I have a number line, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Duh. Which one's closer to 0? Whichever one's closer to 0 is greater. So -3 is only 3 away from 0, -5 is 5 away, so 3 is greater. So no, the answer is no, it is not in the solution. It is not a solution. Okay, the other way is you can just substitute it in right away. So 4 substituted in times -5, and then rewrite everything else plus 25 is greater than 13. Okay, and then just reduce it. So 4 times -5 is -20. plus 25 greater than 13. And then negative 20 plus 5, negative 20 plus 25, 5. And then that's this side, and then rewrite the other side. So then, is this true? Is 5 greater than 13? Is 5 greater than 13? No. Okay, so the answer would be no. No. No, it is not a solution. No. Because that is not true. Okay, I'll do one more of these. Okay, and actually, you're supposed to solve for x, so you're supposed to do it the first way that we did on the last problem. So, my bad, I didn't follow directions. You're supposed to solve for x, so do it the first way. So we're going to solve for x on this one. This is number 11. 3x minus 5 is greater than or equal to negative 5, and they're like, x equals 1, and you have to say yes or no. So, I'm going to solve for x. Going to add 5 to both sides. 3x negative 5 plus 5 is 0. Less than, or sorry, greater than or equal to negative 5 plus 5. That's okay. Don't freak out. Now what do? Well, you divide by the number in front of the x. So divide both sides by 3. X is greater than or equal to 0 divided by any number. Well, other than 0. Yeah, 0 divided by any number other than 0 is just 0. So, like 0 divided by 1, 0. 0 divided by 2, 0. 0 divided by 3, 0. 0 divided by 10, 0. Okay, if I have 0 things, and I try to divide them 0 ways, I still have 0 things. Like, I have 0 pieces of candy. You can each have 0 pieces of candy, okay? 0 divided by any number is just 0. Okay, so we have x is greater than or equal to 0. And then, so is this true? Can x be equal to 1? Well, let's see. Let's substitute 1 in for x. So 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Is that true? Is 1 greater than or equal to 0? Yes, it's greater. So, yes. Okay, now I'm done with those. Okay, this is number 15. So 12 through 17, it says solve each inequality and graph the solution on the number line. Cool. So the first thing you have to do is solve it. So we're solving for x. This is number 15. I always write it too close. I'll put it over here. This is number 15. Okay. So I'm solving for x. So I'm dividing x by 5, so I must do the opposite of that. I'm going to multiply both sides by 5, and multiply by 5 over here. Your 5's cancel each other out, so you're just left with x. We didn't divide or multiply by a negative, so we just keep our sign the same. And then, here, we'll do it over here. This is times 5. Okay. You can always put the 5 over 1 if you want to. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15 over 10. Let's reduce that just a little bit. I can divide both my numerator and my denominator by 5, so that's negative 3 over 2. Okay, there we go. So it's not the end of the world if you leave it here, but you should simplify if you can. So I just divided both the top and the bottom by 5. I got that. Okay. So then you're left with x is greater than negative 3 halves, or 3 over 2. Okay, so then you have to draw it on a number line. I think they give you a blank number line. Okay, I think. So here's your number line. Stick 0 in here. This is 1, 2, and so on. -1, -2, -3, and so on. Okay, -3 over 2. That's actually -1.5. Okay, so that's so that's -1.5. So that's right here, and it's not equal to it. It's just greater than. There's not an equal thing, so it's an open circle. So I put an open circle here, and then we're greater than that, so we're going this way. Okie dokie. And that's it. If there was an equal sign, then it would be colored in, but there's not. All right. Okay, I'll do number 16 as well. So you have -10x is greater than 150. Solve for x and then graph it on your number line. Okay, well, I'm going to divide both sides by what's in front of my x, which is -10. Okay, -10 divided by -10 is just 1, so this is just x. Greater than 150 divided by -10 is -15. But you divided by a negative number. Flip your sign. You divided by a negative number. Flip your sign. All right, so now this is what you're graphing on your number line. -15 days. All right. And it's less than -15. Okay. We did? Oh yeah, that's right. All right, I'm going to put 0 up here. This is 0. This will be -5, -10, -15, -20, and so on. Okay, so we're less than -15. So, is it going to be an open circle or a closed circle? Open. So I'm going to put an open circle because there's not an equal part there. It's just less than -15. It's not equal to -15. It's only less than that. So I put an open circle and then less than. So we're going that way. Make sure you flip your sign if you multiply or divide by a negative number. Okay, this is number 19. So it just says solve each multi-step inequality. Okay. So you have a few different ways you can start out. Remember, you can pretty much do anything as long as you do it to both sides. Okay. I wrote two those again. So I don't know. I'm going to start out by multiplying both sides by 12. Okay. So my 12s over here cancel. So on this side, I'm just left with 3 times the quantity x minus 4. And then I'm going to rewrite my sign. Did I multiply or divide by a negative number? No. So it just stays the same. Less than or equal to. And then over here, I'm multiplying by 12. So I mean, okay. So 2x over 3 times 12. Do you see this? Yeah. That's going to be 2x times 12. 24x over 3. And then can I reduce this 24x over 3? Yes, I can. It's kind of hard to see. Which is equal to, I'm going to divide 24x by 3, and that's just, yeah, 8x. So on this side, I get 8x. So I multiplied by 12, and then I reduced it. So I get 8x over here. And then I would just distribute this guy. 3x minus 3 times negative 4 is 12. Okay. Now, let's see, there are a couple things you can do. You want to get all your x's together and all your regular numbers together. I'll just move this guy over there. So I'll subtract 3x from this side, subtract 3x from that side. 3x minus 3x. So all I have left on this side is negative 12 is less than or equal to 8 minus 3 is 5x. Okay. Last step, divide by whatever number is in front of the x. So divide by 5. So then you can't reduce that. So then you just get x is greater, right? It's the big mouth is facing the x side, so x is greater than or equal to negative 12. Okay, good. Make sure you do it right and not dead. You could leave it the other way. You could leave it. I flipped it. I didn't flip it. I just rewrote it. But you could also just leave it negative 12 fifths is less than or equal to x. It doesn't matter. Either one is fine. They're the same thing. Same thing. No, those canceled out. Okay. There you go. I think that's all I'm going to do for you. That was 31.